Hello everyone, and welcome to Kindy Rockstars. This is the show that gives you the stories behind the songs from some of the best bands and singers that are making fun, informative, educational, catchy, and occasionally silly songs for children and families. I'm your host, Patrick Adams, and each episode of Kindy Rockstars will feature an artist and a featured song. So let's get to this week's show. Hello everyone, and welcome to Kindy Rockstars. Bit of a different episode this week. I'm going to switch it up as this week's guest is me. I'll be doing an album feature episode on my new album, Travel Time with Patrick, and talking about 5 of the songs from that album. But before I get into that, I just wanted to talk for a little bit about this podcast. I'm in the 3rd season, and in the first 2 seasons, I think I've talked to between 60 and 70 different artists. And I got to tell you, I'm just blown away by the amazing amount of talent, the creative ideas, and just how much all of you are out there hustling to get your music heard. And as a community, how much support everybody has for everybody else. It really is inspiring. I'm proud to be a part of it. Glad to do my part. I'm glad to contribute. And I look forward to doing this for a long time. So my new album is called Travel Time with Patrick. It's a bit of a natural evolution for me. I move away from my first album subject matter being all of the books that I've written. So all of the released books at the time were covered. And then with the Friends EP, I had a few odds and ends that I want to get out there, a couple new songs. But with this one, this is now diving into a subject matter that I am just passionate about, which is travel. I love everything about it. I've been to many countries in the world. I'm one of those rare idiots who loves to fly, loves the airport experience, but also just loves any of the other kinds of modes of travel or vacation fun, road trips, cruises, things like that. So I knew coming into this album, that's what my subject matter was going to be. It was going to be a travel theme, and all of the songs were going to tackle different modes or things about travel from the perspective of a kid. And, you know, these could be kids that are very young to, you know, early teens, late teens. I think it's kind of mixed throughout the album. And I just thought it would be fun to write it from that vantage point. I was there. I remember going on road trips as a kid or getting on planes as a kid. So I kind of had that experience to pull from, as we all do, I'm sure, have had different experiences in our lifetime. So that's the approach that I took. And this was such a fun album to make. And, you know, I think I leaned heavily on female vocals. My partner Sarah, who did the vocals for a lot of songs, and my wife Jen, who did the vocals for a couple of songs. But this time I wanted to put more of my stamp on it, for better or worse, I suppose. But I did do a couple of collaborations. Sarah did a couple songs as well. I did a nice, fun collaboration with the EVT Kids, and I love this whole process. So I'm going to feature 5 songs from this album, and I'm going to kick it off with the song that leads off the album and really is a good summary of the album. And the song is Travel Time. And I've had the music together for this song for a really long time, and I can't tell you how many different ways the song morphed. When I first had it put together, it was very heavy synthesizers, very Gary Newman, Two Boy Army, Kraftwerk inspired, very robotic, I think. And so I actually had a demo version of that with almost the pure synthesizer feel to it. And it kind of straddled that line of not really being a kid's song, and it was just an electronica, early 80s sort of synth-inspired song. So I really played with this one a lot to sort of smooth out the sound. I took some initial feedback from a few people and changed it up to the point where I was really, really happy with it. I think it's a good summary of all the songs to follow, if that makes sense. So with that being said, here is the debut song off of Travel Time with Patrick, and it's called Travel Time.
Travel time. Travel time, a thrilling and exciting time. Getting super hyped for a family vacation time. It's travel time, it's time to make some memories time. Super fantastic, amazing adventure time. Travel time, it's time to see the world time. How many different ways can we make it happen time? Travel time, it's time to see the world time. How many different ways can we make it happen time? Get in a car and hit the open highway. Hop on a plane so you can fly away. Motorcycle, feel that cool breeze. Go on a cruise ship and sail the high seas. Drive around the nation in an RV. Take a train trip and see the country. If you're daring, ride a helicopter, hot air balloon, or a spaceship to the stars. Travel time, it's time to see the world time. How many different ways can we make it happen time? Travel time, it's time to see the world time. How many different ways can we make it happen time? Travel time, it's time to see the world time. How many different ways can we make it happen time? Travel time, it's time to see the world time. How many different ways can we make it happen time?
And that was Travel Time. All right, the second song I'm going to feature is called Above the Clouds. So this song is about a child who is going to be taking their first flight and wonders when they get on that flight, what happens when they get up above the clouds? Will they know if it's raining? Will they know if it's snowing? Will they know if it's windy? What's happening? It's a big mystery to the child. So this is really, just kind of fun song to imagine a kid just kind of with amazement. What could be up there? I collaborated on this song with EVT Kids, and as I was wanting to get some children's voices in this album, there was parts of this song that just seemed perfect, and I had EVT Kids on my show last season, and I thought of them almost immediately. It's like, this is just perfect. So I'm really, really glad I was able to work with them on this one. The song turned out really, really great. Yvette and the kids are just amazing. So I hope you enjoy it. This is Above the Clouds by me, featuring EVT Kids.
Inside the plane, and we're speeding down the runway. The runway. We lift up off the ground, now we're on our way. We're flying. We're flying. Getting close to the clouds, about to go through them. Amazing. Amazing. I can't wait to see what's waiting for me above them. Above them. What mysteries lie high in the sky above the clouds? When I'm up in a plane, can I see it rain above the clouds? Can I hear the wind blow or see when it snows above the clouds? Will lightning light up the sky as the plane passes by above the clouds? What mysteries lie high in the sky above the clouds? When I'm up in a plane, can I see it rain above the clouds? Can I hear the wind blow or see when it snows above the clouds? Will lightning light up the sky as the plane passes by above the clouds?
And that was Above the Clouds. The third song I'm going to feature is called Motorcycle Song. So this song is from the vantage point of a kid whose dad has a motorcycle and he really wants to ride it. And the dad obviously is looking forward to taking the kid out on his motorcycle, got a sidecar for him, and is going to go out there and give him the exhilarating experience of riding on a motorcycle. And for the record, I myself have never been on a motorcycle. But I know many who have, so I kind of just thought of it from a kid's lens. You know, how would they think of it? They probably think it's one of the coolest things in the world to ride with their dad on a motorcycle. Now, as far as the song itself, this song took a couple different shapes, and I think kind of by accident, I stumbled upon the formula that I went with on this one. Originally, the song was a bit kind of slower in how I was imagining it. It wasn't definitely like the end result, and it was driven by a violin. But I didn't like how it was sounding. To me, it felt like something was off about it, or something was missing. And so, I thought about scrapping the song. I thought about rewriting it or redoing the music. But then I switched out the violin part and put in basically a heavy metal guitar riff. Once I did that, it just transformed the song, and everything just fell into place, and I fell in love with it as soon as I, kind of pieced together the final result and really had to listen to it. And I was so happy with how this one turned out. So it's, I guess, a little bit of kindie metal here for you. Here is Motorcycle Song.
A motorcycle, I'd love to go for a ride. He's even got a sidecar where I can sit inside. Gonna wear my helmet, gonna hold on tight. Gonna go for a motorcycle ride. Alright! Rev that engine, hit that gas, wave to the cars as we pass. Motorcycle ride with my dad. Best time I ever had. Gonna have my own motorcycle one day. Gonna ride across the country, looking cool all the way. Thinking about the excitement and all the fun I had. Motorcycle riding with my dad. Rev that engine, hit that gas, wave to the cars as we pass. Motorcycle ride with my dad. Best time I ever had.
All right, that was Motorcycle Song. The fourth song I'm going to talk about is called Resorts. And I love this song because, as I mentioned earlier, I really wanted to get some kids' voices on this album. And I wrote this song to heavily feature a kid's voice. So the whole setup of the song is it's a father and a daughter talking about an upcoming vacation to a resort. And the child doesn't necessarily know what a resort is or what they're going to be able to do there. So the whole song is the daughter questioning the dad, hey, what can I do there for fun? So that's the setup, and then the dad just rattles off a whole bunch of things that they're going to be able to do at that resort to have a great time, just to convince the daughter that this is going to be a fun vacation to go on. So with that premise, with the lyrics written and the part there, I had to set about finding a child willing to do the vocals. And just so happened, we had a family friend who had a daughter who was really, really, I think, excited about the prospect of doing this. And her name is Elliot Pukall, and I had her over, her mother brought her over for a recording session. She came in and just knocked it out of the park. I had sent the lyrics, I had sent her part and the music so that she'd be able to practice. And she came in, and I had already recorded my piece to it, and she nailed it with one take. I think she knew exactly how she was gonna to say the lines, and she kind of put her own, I guess the best word is fun attitude into it. And that created, a song that honestly is one of my favorite ones from this album. So here it is. This is Resorts featuring Elliot Pukall.
Dad, what kind of place are we going to?
It's called a resort, honey.
Well, what kind of things can I do at a resort?
Resorts are big places, lots of things to do for family vacationers and their kids who will stay in a nice room, have some great food. There'll be lots of activities for you too.
Okay, Dad, but what kind of activities? Okay, that's cool.
There's fishing at a resort.
I guess I can try that.
There's hiking at a resort.
That sounds tiring.
There's playgrounds at a resort.
Now we're talking.
There's pools at a resort.
I love swimming.
Great food at a resort.
I hope there's pizza and hot dogs.
Entertainment at the resort.
Like singers and things?
Shopping at a resort.
I do need some new toys.
Other kids at the resort.
Time to make some new friends.
Arts and crafts at the resort.
I can paint things.
Mini golf at the resort.
Okay, you're on.
Basketball court at the resort.
My favorite sport.
Many more fun things at the resort.
Okay, I'm sold. Let's go.
That was Resorts. All right, the last song I'm going to talk about is called Hot Air Balloon. So this is a collaboration with Sarah Elizabeth, who worked a lot with me on my first album, doing the vocals for the Lisa songs and a couple of the songs on the rhythm books. For this one, instead of just having Sarah do the vocals, her and I duetted, and this is one of a couple songs that we did that. But Hot Air Balloon was a song that, this is one of the more obscure ways of traveling, obviously. So I wrote this from the vantage point of going into this kind of strange but magical sort of way to travel, going up to the sky in a hot air balloon. I'm not sure how many of you out there have done it. I personally have not. But the balloons are just so pretty. And if you go to any of these festivals where you have a couple hundred of them in the sky, it just looks absolutely amazing. So the song is probably kind of written from maybe an older kid's perspective. Even though, maybe a little bit older, but still kind of with the magical thought of, hey, let's get on this hot air balloon and fly up to the moon. Anyway, so the music on this one, I really wanted to make this one a little more, or I should say a little less kid pop and a little more adult, but keeping with the children's music theme. So I think I pulled that off somewhat. This was probably one of the more popular songs as soon as I released the album. And again, another one of my personal favorites. I like the sound of it. I hope you enjoy it too. So anyway, here it is. Here is Hot Air Balloon by me, featuring Sarah Elizabeth.
They're magical.
They're colorful.
They're absolutely wonderful. I wanna get inside and float up to the sky in a hot air balloon. Float up to the sky in a hot air balloon. See them decorate the sky like a colorful cartoon. Float up to the sky in a hot air balloon. Fly around the world and straight up to the moon.
In a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon.
People get smaller.
As we float higher.
I wanna stay inside and float up to the sky in a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon. Float up to the sky in a hot air balloon. See them decorate the sky like a colorful cartoon. Float up to the sky in a hot air balloon. Fly around the world and straight up to the moon.
In a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon. The balloon ride is over and we descend.
I wanna get back and ride it again in a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon. Float up to the sky in a hot air balloon. See them decorate the sky like a colorful cartoon. Float up to the sky in a hot air balloon. Fly around the world and straight up to the moon.
In a hot
Air balloon.
A hot air balloon. Magical, colorful, amazing, wonderful.
In a hot air balloon. In a hot air balloon.
Straight up to the moon. Soaring, flying, rising and rising.
In a hot air balloon. In a hot air balloon.
All right, well, that was Hot Air Balloon, and those were my 5 songs featured from my album, Travel Time with Patrick. Just so you know, you can find me many places. My website is patrickadamsbooks.com. I have links to just about everything. The podcast, the books, the music. I try to get everything onto my website as sort of a one-stop shop. But you can also find me on Facebook. I have a couple of different pages. Kindy Rockstars is a new group that I started. I also can be found at Patrick Adams Books and Music, and Lyric Star Music, Amazing Lisa Productions, and Rhythms World Productions. So a lot of different pages out there. Definitely invite you to check them all out. I'm on Instagram at Patrick_Adams_books. I'm on Twitter at PatAdamsBooks. And I am trying my hand at TikTok, trying to put videos out there, just float it out there, see how it goes. But that's the newest venue. I'm kind of a mix of personal stuff and doing stuff for the books and music and podcasts. So anyway, I look forward to talking to all of you again, or for the first time, here in the near future. And I'd be excited to meet you in person. When we had our Grammy event here in Las Vegas, that was a lot of fun. Got to meet a good number of you. So hope I get to do so again in the future. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care.